if I could touch a bit on digitalization, fast forward to now, it's also an interesting time for banking. And Bill Gates once said that banking is necessary, banks are not.
Yeah.
And so what's your thoughts here in terms of what's the future of banking as you see it?
This is a very interesting topic because we've been looking at this since 2013. To be completely honest, when we went through the first transformation back in 2009, we never factored in digitalization at that point in time because nobody talked about it, right? But increasingly over the years, 2010, 2011, we hear, but not very clear at that point in time. By the time 2013, when I took over the job, and I said, you know what, I think we have to explore this, right? Because this is going to happen, no matter whether we like it or not. So, we went around, or I didn't. I get some people, Michael Fong, Dato Lim Hong Tat masa tu, Suhail, Jeff Stasik, go around and check out what's going on around the world and bring back what you find out, bring back what you learn, what's the insights, kind of thing. Because I was scared of a situation when there's just too much information, whether it's fear, whether it's greed, will make you run around like a headless chicken, and you do a lot of things that are completely unnecessary. So I needed to get into a point when we understand what is and what isn't, So I think thankfully we got that. But in my mind, I think there is a possibility where we can even be more, So I got these two different time stamp during my stint here. The first time stamp was at that point in time when I presented to the board based on what we learned, and I said, you know what, based on some of the ideas that we have, we might turn into a technology company. So that was an early time stamp, and the board at that point in time told me over our dead body, right? And then a couple of years down to the future, and this time around, we had an offsite in Shanghai. So I brought a couple of external guys, technology guys, to the board. After everything done, then I told the board the same thing. I said, you know what? If we were to do all this, we might turn to become a technology company, a tech company. And the board at that point in time asked me, how soon can you get us there? Yeah. I think there's a lot more we can do. Within the initiatives that we have, for example, Charisma.
Sure.
Charisma, in my mind, is a very powerful initiative, very powerful. But we need to get our guys to take a leap of faith. It doesn't even a leap of faith. We know it, computing power, it's math, it's algorithm.
Sure.
You and I know it, right?
Sure. I mean,
Trust the numbers.
We see digitalization even in investment banking, in brokerage, for example. With algos, HFTs.
Yeah.
And the retailers today, the young retailers want to look at trading all sorts of different products, which are, trading NFT tradings, for example.
Yeah.
And the need for us to think about the trend and how things are evolving in that space is critical. You introduced Jeffrey Moore's Zone to Win concept to our management, into our management philosophy and our scorecards. And I think within the context of digitalization and future readiness, how do you manage the inherent conflict between driving performance zone, which is the cash cow, and investing in the incubation zone, which is the future business, which can take up a lot of capital at the beginning, with a lot of, and offer very uncertain returns in that sense. So what's your views there?
So that's very interesting because we were having trouble trying to bring innovation and creativity into Maybank up to this point. The question of how do we bring something completely outside of the box, beyond BAU, to an organization that are comfortable and focused on BAU, right? And we were trying a lot of things. And this happens, I was actually on a break in New York, and a friend flew into New York. He was flying to New York anyway. Before that, he called me up and said, hey, I need to have a chat with you. and I have a few of these friends. And he said, I need to have a chat with you. And he said, no, I'm in New York. I said, okay, I'm flying to New York. So we had breakfast, and he showed me the book, and he opened that page about the zone to win. When I look at it, oh, interesting, right? So on the flight back, I read the book cover to cover. He came to the office one time and said, you are one of the few people that when I gave you a book, I just want to show you a section, you read the entire thing. But anyway, we needed a solution, because we know in an organization, we have a scenario where we wanted to introduce new things. It's human nature and organization nature that, the inertia and the inability to try new things will kill it every single time. Every single time. It's not the fault of anyone within the organization. That's how organization operates. So the zone to win, a concept, give us the permission to come up with a framework on how we can approach this. And it's quite interesting through the performance zones and through the innovation zone. But we already have all those initiative programs. We just need to have a new approach.
Yeah,
It's
a framework.
A new framework.
It gives you permission.
Correct.
To think about new things, to think about investing in the future.
Because I know very early.
Yeah.
In 2013, when we wanted to do all the digital stuff, if I were to put this digital stuff through the process that we have, it will die a natural death very quickly. All of them. The things that we do, whether it's May, whether it's digital loan that we have right now, it will die. So we had to come out with a different process. That's what we did.
That's a great insight.
Yeah.
Thank you.